The paper, the hoarder's arch nemesis. But don't worry, we got this. We can totally declutter and organize the paperwork. This beautiful piece of furniture in the kitchen, my hubby built for me, and it works as an office space holding all of the paperwork that comes into the home. Well, most of it. You know that there's a lot of it still in the basement, in the laundry room, just completely scattered. That's okay, just work with me. But seriously, this is the area that we're going to focus on, right? Because I want to put a system in place for the incoming papers, and all the other stuff we'll declutter when we get into that area. Now this drawer right here is my main toss it all in here. Let's say I get paper that are semi-important and important, and I'll just throw it all in here. And with my ADHD, that's kind of what I do. My mind is always racing, so I'm just tossing things in a drawer, and if it's all like with like, then that's like a victory for me. But it's time to evolve. It's time to take it to the next stage. So we're going to declutter, simplify it, and organize it as best as we can so we can be successful. And I gotta get my tax receipts together, man. It is tax time, baby. We need to get this together. And in the drawer below that are my files that do contain important paperwork. Now, I can guarantee you there's probably stuff in here from 2017, 2018. I just need to get in here and shred it and put the updated paperwork in here for now. And the last drawer that I'm gonna organize is this right here. This is kind of where I keep a lot of banking stuff, cash. There's cash, and looks like some cash envelopes over here. So we're just gonna declutter it and make this drawer more functional for us. This right here, I love this. This is my home finance bill organizer. I got this from Dollar General, and I really love it. Now, I'm very, very old school. I'm recovering in hoarding disorder. So I process things by having them in my hands. So when bills come in, I write all the dates, I put the bill into this envelope, and then pay it. I'm trying to transition into going paperless, and it's just going to take time to get to that point. But right now, I have to use what works for me. And the goal for this drawer is to just have banking, finances, envelopes, checks. That's it. Because it is a modge podge of stuff. I mean, look, there is trash in here. There are nail stickers that I became obsessed with in 2021, and in 2022 vowed to not buy any new ones. And they don't belong in this drawer. I have an organizer to put them all in. That is where they belong. And that is the goal, to declutter these 3 drawers, simplify it, and make it easier to manage. And this video is part of the Mega Motivational Collab series. Please visit Robin at A Minimalist Home, who is hosting this month's theme, which is paper clutter. She has a playlist of everyone who is participating in this month's theme. Because I love seeing how other people organize their homes. As far as my channel goes, this is more of a we learn as we go kind of thing. We're a let's figure this out together kind of channel, because I'm recovering in hoarding disorder, and organizing and decluttering is kind of new to me. So this right here is the mail basket, right? This is where all of the paper entrees into my house. Well, at least the mail billing part anyway. So it's key in this video to make sure that this is working efficiently too, because guess what? All of this right here are tax things that I need to file my taxes, and where all the bills come into the house, which luckily isn't a whole lot because we're debt free except for the mortgage, and that is such a relief. And in this corner, we can let go of this paperwork. We don't need it. And over here, we already have the start of our tossy pile. And I went into my hoarded basement so I could get some bins just to help me categorize paperwork. And of course, oh, what's right there? More paper. I told you, there's paper everywhere scattered in this house, and we might as well grab it now and do it for this video. And this is where I've been kind of scrolling away all of my organizational bins. They come in handy, especially for videos like this, because I know I already have it, and I already can tell that this green bin is going to be perfect. And in the messy laundry room on top of the dryer, yes, there are yet more organizers. Welcome to a hoarder's mind where we just squirrel things away. And of course, there's more paper. Okay, we'll go through that too. But I was after this little desk drawer organizers. I think that'll come in really handy when we're putting things back. And now we're going to take all of that paperwork and put it all in one big old KonMari style pile so we can start. The KonMari method, it's how I started cleaning and decluttering and organizing, so it's kind of kept with me, even though I still get overwhelmed by the amount. Hey, it works. And now we have it all laid out on the table, ready to go. And I have to admit, this is a lot of progress compared to last year. Last year's paper clutter video, I had 3 times the amount of paperwork. And I'll actually leave that link in the description box below so that you can check it out. And now it's time to jump in and declutter this overwhelming amount of stuff. And for me, how I get past the overwhelming feelings is I just pick the easiest thing to start with. And it's going to be this pile right over here. I know that there's some pictures, but I know that there's a lot of paperwork that's really old, and I've gotten to a point where it's really easy to let go of old paperwork. That took some time for me. I had to strengthen my decluttering muscles over the years to finally get to a spot where I can declutter old paper, where I can let go of things a lot easier than I did before. Now, that first pile I went through was all tossy-tossy recyclables because it was really old paperwork from 2005 and before, and I don't need that. So we're going to make sure we recycle it. And I also wanted to mention that I did take some mental breaks in between going through piles. And with my hoarding disorder and my ADHD and being a human, I can get decision-making fatigue really quickly. And you can definitely tell when you're going through each and every piece of paper and making a decision, you can get tired really quickly. So it's best to take breaks in between just to reset your mind. It also helps you to have your kitty cat with you to release all those feel-good serotonin levels while you're doing all this hard work. And a lot of that paperwork was past taxes. So I have this plastic bin right now. We're just going to put all the tax work in here from the past 7 years. That's how long they tell you to hold on to it. So that's what I'm going to do, just to have it separated, just to have it stored so I don't have to worry about it. And now I'm going to put the files back into this drawer because I pretty much got rid of all the paperwork inside of it. And I'm going to keep this system a little longer. Again, I'm kind of weaning myself off of paper. Eventually, we'll go to more of a paperless route, but for me, it just takes time and I have to feel comfortable in the system that I'm using. And now that we've finally cut through all that paper, this is all my tossy-tossy piles. This first one is going to be shredded because there's accounts and sensitive information in it. This pile right here, it can just be tossed directly into the recyclable bin. And I have my tax bin that has taxes from 2020 and before. That's going to be stored in the basement. And I also have our 2021 taxes. The receipts are in one, the W-2s are in the other. I give everything to my accountant. I don't mess around with trying to do taxes. It's not my jam. I don't enjoy it, so I give it to him. And now Pepper is very excited to show you how much better the drawers look now. This drawer right here, I want it designated to just my banking information, paying the bills, any type of cash or cash envelopes, and it looks 1,000 times better. And we use the organizers that we had. There's a couple of little notepads and notebooks that I sometimes use, and I like how it turned out because it's functional and I love using stuff that I already have. I am able to maintain this and it's very simple for me to use because there's not a lot of stuff. Speaking of not a lot of stuff, this drawer is pretty much empty. This pink accordion folder is used for receipts during the year, and underneath of it, I found this. I forgot that I bought it 2 years ago at Dollar General. It's like a weekly meal plan and just writing everything down. So I'm excited I found that so I can use it this year. And honestly, this drawer, I'm probably just gonna take everything out of it and use it for something else because we decluttered so much stuff. I technically really don't need it for just these two things. I'll probably end up condensing it into this drawer because we made more room into here, and that accordion folder and the meal planning technically can fit in here too. This is all a learning process. We're getting there. We're taking the next step. Together, we inspire each other to get started. We share our ideas, we share our strategies, and we can take those ideas and apply it to our own life and adjust it so that it makes sense to us. And that's why I love this community. I love doing collab videos with people. It brings us closer together so that we can encourage each other and bring a better quality of life to ourselves and our families. And I really hope that this video inspires you today.